At the Paris 2024 Olympics, 17-year-old British athlete Phoebe Gill made a significant impact in the women's 800 meters event. Competing in her first Olympic Games, Gill secured a spot in the semi-finals by finishing third in her heat with a time of 1:58.83.
Phoebe Gill, Gemma Reekie running away from the rest of the field here. These could be the two to automatically qualify to Paris to join surely Keely Hodgkinson as they look towards the Olympic Games. Phoebe Gill, the 17-year-old, is going to have the strength in the last 100 meters. She's pulling away from the fourth placer in Tokyo. Phoebe Gill takes the win. Another clocking underneath 2 minutes. She punches the air. 1:58.67.
Her performance was highlighted by a strong finish, overcoming a challenging field that included Ethiopian Worknesh Mesele, who won the heat with a personal best time of 1:58.07, and French favorite Rénelle Lamote, who came in second with 1:58.59. When Phoebe Gill runs, everyone stops to watch. There's something special about the way she moves on the track. Watching her race is exciting. It's not just that she's fast, though she really is. It's how smooth and easy she makes it look. When Phoebe runs, it's like she's showing all of us young runners what we might be able to do one day if we work hard.
Phoebe, we last chatted at English schools, I think, last year.
Yep.
I mean, it's been quite a whirlwind for you since then. How have you reflected on that journey? Because it's been crazy.
It's been amazing. I mean, from the start of this year and going under 2 minutes for the 800 was just a dream come true, and to look at how I've progressed through it, I'm really grateful for the journey I've had so far, and I'm just hopefully it stays on the same momentum, but you know.
The smooth stride, controlled arms, the composed demeanor, that's what I have found to be most impressive about Phoebe Gill this summer, even more so than the times she has been running. The results reflect the hours of hard work, training, and perseverance that an athlete undertakes. But to be able to look so in control when you race requires something else. Another level of dedication with regards to how you run and how you carry yourself. Phoebe Gill is a young runner who's making waves in the world of athletics. At just 17 years old, she's already doing things that make other runners, both young and old, sit up and take notice. Gill runs the 800 meters, which is 2 laps around a track. It's a tough race that needs both speed and stamina. Earlier this year, in Belfast, Gill ran the 800 meters in 1 minute 57.86 seconds. That's incredibly fast. So fast that it broke the record for runners under 18 in Europe. To understand how good this is, imagine running as fast as you can for 2 whole minutes. That's what Gill did, but she did it faster than any other young runner in Europe ever has. What makes Gill special isn't just how fast she runs. It's also how she runs. People who watch her say she looks smooth and strong, even when she's going really fast. This is hard to do. Many runners look like they're struggling when they run fast, but Gill makes it look easy.
And that 1:57, like, how do you react to something like that? I mean, I think it's like, oh my god, when you cross the line.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you do that, you know, how do you program that in your head?
I was in shock for like a day. I think I had so much like media attention after that race that it didn't allow me to process what I'd just done. And then I was on the plane back from Belfast, and I just started crying because I was like, this is such like something that I've wanted to do for so long, and I've finally done it, and it just shows that the training's going well, so I'm just so happy to have done it.
Gill isn't some faraway star that young runners can only dream about. She's one of them. She runs for St. Albans Athletics Club and shows up at local races. This means other young runners can see her in action. They can watch her at cross-country races or at track meets in Watford. Seeing someone their own age run so fast makes other young runners think, maybe I could do that too. Recently, Gill became the British champion in the 800 meters. This means she was faster than all the other women in Britain, even the grown-ups. She's also going to run in the Olympics. For many young runners, seeing Gill do so well is really exciting. It feels more real to them than watching older, more famous runners like Josh Kerr or Keely Hodgkinson. One thing that makes Gill stand out is how strong she is. Many runners who are good at the 800 meters only focus on running fast for short distances. But Gill is good at longer races too. She can run well in cross-country races, which are usually much longer than 800 meters. This shows she's not just fast, she's also really fit. Running the 800 meters is tricky. You need to be as fast as a sprinter, but you also need to keep going for longer.
But how do you balance that with like school and other things?
I've been really blessed coming into year 12, and my school's very supportive in the fact that I can just go out and train when I don't have a lesson. But I'd say when it really gets difficult is in exam season. It's so nice and refreshing to just go out for a run or go out with your training group when you've been looking at books for like 5-6 hours, to go out and just chat with a group of people and forget about that. It was great for my mental health to go on a run after studying.
Jill seems to have figured out how to do both. She can keep up with sprinters in short races, but she can also beat long-distance runners in longer races. This is really hard to do, and it's one reason why people think Jill is so special. When Jill runs, she looks calm and in control. Even when she's running really fast, she doesn't look like she's trying too hard. This is something that takes a lot of practice. It shows that Jill trusts her training and knows exactly what she's doing. One of the most exciting things about watching Jill race is when she pulls away from the other runners. Whether she's setting a new record or winning a big race, she always looks like she's trying to show everyone just how good she is. This confidence is impressive, especially for someone so young.
Phoebe, my word, I mean, that is extraordinary. How do you even process that?
I'm not processing it, I'm not going to lie, I feel like I'm dreaming, it's crazy, I can't believe I'm in this situation.
I mean, again, I'll go back to the chat that we had at English schools last year. I think you ran 2:02 for the 800 metres. What's changed since then to now? What's going to have been going on in the last year that, I mean, it's got you to such a high level now?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about this the other day because I was asked the same question, and I think it's just that I've started to take the sport extremely seriously and kind of train like a pro athlete, which I know sounds crazy because I'm still 17, but I just love the sport so much, so I started to take nutrition seriously and the mental side of it more seriously. And I upped my training in the gym. I've focused on more running specific techniques, and yeah, I think it's worked.
And you're coached by Deborah Steer, of course, at St Albans. How's that been for you and that influence?
It's amazing. I love her so much. She's such an amazing coach. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here today, but I was with Adrian Patterson, my other coach, and I've been with them ever since I was 12 years old, and they've really helped me flourish and grow in this sport, and I think I'm going to stay with them for as long as my career lasts.
And that setup, how influential has that been for you in your career so far? Obviously, you're still a teenager.
Yeah, it's really important to have a good setup, and I've got such a good support system over there with them and great people to train with. We all really push each other, and I just love it so much. And I need to start getting ready for the change as I go into uni, but I think that I'm going to be ready to maybe train with another group and as well as them when I come home, so we'll see.
Sometimes, when young athletes do really well, people worry that they might burn out. When Jill ran a time of 2 minutes and 3 seconds last year, some people thought she might have reached her limit. But Jill proved them wrong. Just 2 weeks later, she ran even faster, finishing in 2 minutes and 1 second. Then, this year, she ran 1,500 meters in 4 minutes and 5 seconds. This showed everyone that Jill is still getting better and has more to show us. Jill's coach, Deborah Still, has been a big help. She makes sure Gill doesn't train too hard and risk getting tired or injured. This is important because sometimes young athletes push themselves too hard and end up quitting the sport. But Jill and her coach seem to have found the right balance. In interviews, Jill has talked about looking up to other runners like Dina Asher-Smith. She says she admires how Asher-Smith has dealt with both good times and bad times in her career. This shows that Jill understands that being a runner isn't always easy, and there will be ups and downs.
And that race today, obviously, facing someone like Gemma, who's such a senior, pro, obviously a major medalist as well. How was that for you?
Oh, amazing. I mean, I've looked up for Gemma for so long. I remember back in January, we happened to be training at Lee Valley together, and I went up and asked for a photo, and to think that I was running against her today is crazy, but she's such a lovely person, an amazing inspiration for so many 800-meter athletes, and having her on my shoulder and we were pushing each other to the line was an experience I can't even describe. It's amazing.
Interestingly, Gill didn't start out as a runner. She was a swimmer first. She thinks that all the swimming she did when she was younger helped make her strong, which now helps her running. She only started running seriously when she was in primary school. A teacher noticed she was good at it and encouraged her to enter a race. She won that race, and from then on, she was hooked on running. Now Jill is getting ready for her biggest challenge yet, the Olympics. This is a big deal because she'll be running against the best runners in the world. many of whom are older and more experienced than her. Everyone who follows running is excited to see how she'll do. Even if Gill doesn't win at the Olympics, what she's already done is amazing. She's shown other young runners what's possible if you work hard and believe in yourself. Lots of young runners look at Gill and think, if she can do it, maybe I can too.
I guess the obvious question is, when you began at the start of the year, what were your goals? I mean, did you think that the Olympics was a possibility?
Absolutely not. I mean, my coach mentioned it in passing and I was like, are you being silly? Like, I can't even comprehend that, but the fact that it's here now is still unbelievable to me. I mean, I was just focusing on under 18 Euros, maybe under 20 Worlds, but the fact that I can go to this senior level event that everyone dreams of is just a dream come true.
And I guess on that, are you still going to be doing the Euro under 18s in Slovakia now?
Yeah, I'm not sure because it is so close, but I do need to discuss it with my coach and we'll see what happens with that.
And just the last few from me, when I mentioned the Olympics and the fact that you are probably going to be an Olympian, I mean, how do you even put that into words?
I mean, it's every young athlete's dream to say that they're Olympian, and the fact, I mean, I got so emotional back at the track when I knew it had happened. I just can't even describe it. It's just a dream come true. I know I keep saying that, but it is just a dream come true, and I just am so happy that it's arrived.
Running the 800 meters is really hard on your body. It's a race that can wear runners out quickly. But Gill seems to be handling it well. She's getting faster and stronger all the time. People who know about running think she might become one of the best runners in the world one day. What's really special about Gill is that she's not just good at running fast, she's also smart about how she runs her races. Sometimes, she starts out in front and stays there the whole race. Other times, she waits until near the end and then speeds past everyone. Being able to win races in different ways is a sign of a really good runner. As Gill gets ready for the Olympics, lots of people will be watching her. They'll want to see if she can do as well against the world's best runners as she has against other British runners. It's a big step up, but many people believe Gill is ready for it. Even if Gill doesn't win at the Olympics, just being there is a huge achievement. Most runners her age are still competing in junior races, but Gill is so good that she's racing against grown-ups at the biggest sporting event in the world.
I can't really describe. I'm going to get a bit emotional about it actually, because I've watched her for so long, and to watch her journey in Athens and just mentally as an athlete has been so inspiring for so many people, including myself. So I'm very excited. Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
Oh, this is so surreal.
I know, I can't believe it. 1 minute I'm messaging you, next minute I'm coming. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah,
So
good
nice
to see you. Oh, you're another one of those tall girls, are you?
I got that voice message from you. I was like, what do I say? I don't know what to, because I'd watched you on TV for so long.
Yeah.
I remember my parents sat me down to watch your Athens race when I was really young. And I was like, oh, wow, because I just remember seeing your face on the 800 metre start line, and I was like,
my eyes
this is
popping
how
out
I feel,
Oh,
like
what,
the
when
stress,
you're,
and you're just completely in the zone, you don't even care about the camera in your face.
Gill's success has made other young runners work harder. They see what she's done, and it makes them want to train more and try to run faster. This is good for the sport of running in Britain, because it means more young people are trying to be their best. One of the best things about Gill is that she seems to really enjoy running. Some athletes get so focused on winning that they forget to have fun. But in interviews, Gill often talks about how much she loves to run. This is important because enjoying your sport can help you do well for a long time. Looking ahead, there's no telling how good Gill might become. She's already running times that would put her in the top group of runners in the world. And she's still very young, which means she'll probably get even faster as she gets older and stronger. For now, Gill is focused on the Olympics. But in the future, she might try to break world records or win medals at other big competitions like the World Championships. Whatever she does, lots of people will be cheering her on. Gill's story shows that with talent, hard work, and good coaching, young athletes can do amazing things. She's an inspiration not just to runners, but to all young people who have big dreams. Gill proves that age doesn't have to be a barrier to success. As Gill continues her running career, she'll face new challenges. Running against the world's best athletes is very different from running in local races. But based on what she's done so far, many people believe Gill is ready for whatever comes next. In the end, what makes Gill's story so inspiring is that it's still just beginning. At 17, she's already one of the best runners in Britain. And with the Olympics coming up, she has a chance to show the whole world what she can do. For Gill, and for all the young runners watching her, the future looks very bright indeed.